Hi, everyone. Don't have epilepsy. I am not in my normal spot tonight because I've been on the phone with the doctor's office all day trying to figure stuff out. Um, but
Stop having it.
I'm gonna try to stop having epilepsy. But anyways, we're here for week 4 studs or duds recap. So
Where?
yeah, who do you guys got first for your studs?
TJ Hawkinson, which we called on our show
Yep.
Sunday at
Yep.
8 a.m.
Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna say Damian Pierce.
Hmm.
Yeah, I benched him in all of my leagues, but I mean, I also benched Hawkinson in a league, but
Another name, Josh Jacobs.
yeah,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep.
We're keeping the running backs. I'm going to go with Brees Hall. He looks like he fully took the starting spot, even though that offense looks like trash with Zach Wilson.
yeah. I'm gonna go with the first wide receiver and say my boy G-Town boy Mike Evans.
Hmm.
Finally.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back to the running backs and say Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
He showed up.
He
He
did.
did show up.
He did.
Oh, and my former Packers, Jamal Williams.
A surprising stud for me that I think people are going to definitely go for is Tyler Algieri or whatever his name is from
Algier.
Yeah, that guy. Cordell's out. He's going to probably be the starter with Caleb. Not
Caleb
that
Hunt.
the other Caleb. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Also, Miles Sanders having almost 30 points this week. I told everyone at the beginning of the season, I know he said don't draft him, but Miles Sanders is going to go in this year, and I was correct. And then also, I'm just going to throw it out there. Corey Davis
Ooh, yeah,
had
he
a
did really
great
good.
week.
Yeah. Who was I gonna say? I had somebody. Oh, shout out Derrick Henry for continuing his consistency.
Yeah.
Showing that he's going to continue to be a guy. And the first 2 weeks were overreaction and speculation
As
about
long as he
nothing.
plays the Colts pretty well.
The last one I want to talk about is going to be my other boy, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Also, terrific stud for me this week.
Any surprises this week?
Surprises.
For me as a dud, Greg Dortch. Dude got 1 point after consistently getting over 15. That was a big dud right there for me.
For me as a dud is my boy Jonathan Taylor, man. That Colts offense looks fucking horrific. They cannot get their shit together because of Matty Ice over there, man. Like,
it's not even the offense. That O-line has no fucking strength whatsoever. We praised them so well the last 2 years.
They were worth praising the last 2 years.
That's true. They look like ass.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try and get some shit together because that O-line is trash, and Jonathan Taylor can only do so much without an O-line.
That's true.
So,
trying to think. Let me think of a dud here. I don't know. Let's go with. Yeah, there's nobody that comes to mind off the top of my head.
The whole Washington Commanders offense you can put there.
Can you call Stephon Diggs a dud? Because, I mean, he only had 10 points.
I can't really call him a dud because he did everything he needed to do.
Yeah.
He did everything that was in his ability to do with what was given to him.
I'm going to call the whole offense a dud for last week.
Who?
The whole Buffalo offense. Oh. Watching the game and seeing them play, I was like...
I didn't even know Jamison Crowder broke his ankle.
Yep.
I knew he got hurt. Didn't know he broke his ankle.
Another dud, I'm going to look at quarterback. I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence, but I'm only going to say monitor that because of the rain.
I was going to say another dud I had would be Jalen Hurts, but only because of the rain.
There was a lot of rain, I think 2 rainy games this week, and you could really tell how much it affected those fantasy players.
No.
Yeah. It's
The one
Uh,
another dud for me that I thought was going to actually do really good in the absence of the star running back, Khalil Herbert did absolutely nothing this week.
he didn't do nothing. He still had an okay game. It just wasn't. It wasn't as much as like he did the previous game. So fantasy owners were disappointed. I understand that.
He was playing a Giants defense that was almost dead
Giants
last.
defense.
Also,
Looks kind of good against him. I don't know. Maybe it's because their quarterback's ass.
that's true. Also, just go ask
Ju-
Jonathan Taylor.
2 duds: James Robinson, Gabe Davis.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gabe Davis, I'm pretty positive, was just they really didn't want to work him too much because he was coming back from that injury. But Robinson, I really want to blame on the weather.
Yeah, but in a weather game, it should be a running favor.
Yeah, I know that, but shit happens.
it's weird
Sure.
because both of those. I think since both of the running backs did bad that game, I mean their quarterback had 4 fumbles, the most ever in a game.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel that has a lot to do with their quarterback and not as much as Robinson and ETN.
Yep.
The surprise for me was Ezekiel Elliott had like a decent game for 2 weeks in a row now.
He always finds a way to squeak into the top 10 running backs. It happens every fucking year.
Yep.
You know,
People fool.
I'm surprised you didn't name this one though, Calvin. J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah,
J.K. Dobbins.
He finally ate.
Oh, speaking of Ravens, surprise dud this week, Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Also dud, Kyle Pitts.
Yep, I was just going to say him. And
So-
then you know what? Let's just keep the fucking tight end train rolling. George Kittle, done.
Yeah. Just finished that game. George Kittle. He got robbed on a touchdown that was not really robbing, I can't say, because he was out.
Evan
Was.
Ingram, dud. Logan
Dawson
Thomas,
Knox.
dud. A lot of the tight ends were duds this week. For
Dawson
sure.
Knox had like 7 points, though.
Still dud.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Never starting him again.
I don't know what he did.
You know who did have a good game as a tight end though? Gerald Everett.
Consistent. He's been consistent.
I think he's still gonna eat even though when Keenan Allen comes there, so you have him
Sure.
for sure. Keep him.
Darren Waller, dud. Irv Smith Jr., dud.
There was a lot
Travis
of
Kelce, stud.
Yep.
yeah.
Every single year. Never changed. Dallas Goddard, sneaky middle of the pack.
He's being consistent.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. You know, I'll take consistency. Hayden Hurst starting to get looks in that Cincinnati offense as well.
Yep.
Anybody that it's time to move on from, boys?
Cam Akers.
I am 1,000% dropping Allen Robinson in any league that I somehow have him in. Also, Chase Claypool.
Yeah, I can see those.
Yeah.
You don't think Claypool finds it out with Pickett?
No. He had the chance to find that out last week, and we found out Pickens was the one that's going to be.
What are y'all doing with Kyle Pitts?
I'm trying to trade him so bad.
What kind of league are we in? Standard redraft, I'm assuming.
I don't care for standard. So
I'm
we can
trying
do-
to. I'm trying to trade him in every league that I have him in.
Like, I feel if you're in Dynasty, keep him on your bench. But
Right.
if you're not, I mean,
He's worth so little right now that I'd almost rather just stash him at this moment in time.
you have literally Gerald Everett's in 75% of Yahoo leagues right now.
He's so stupid.
You got Tyler Conklin, my other boy, at 42%.
I got another guy who's not related to the tight end situation, but somebody you should move on from is Tyler Boyd, because he, for whatever reason, just doesn't get looks in that offense.
Yep.
It's T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon.
And now Hayden Hurst a little bit.
Yeah, which, I mean, even less for Tyler Boyd to eat with. So
Also, I have somebody in mind. Let me go make sure it's who I'm thinking.
any Giants wide receiver, move the fuck on.
I dropped Kadarius Toney this week.
Juju Smith-Schuster, move on. Marcus Valdes-Scantling, move on.
How'd you
I don't
feel
want to move on from him yet because I know he can still have a good game. Michael Pittman Jr. is kind of up in the air for me at the moment because I know he's a solid wide receiver 1, but Matty Ice and that old line have got to get it together.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
How do y'all feel about DJ Moore? He had finally a first decent game, I guess. I mean, no red zone still.
I'm trading the shit out of him right
His
now.
quarterback had no touchdowns. I mean, I think for me, I feel like 10 points is his max that he's gonna get over there.
Yeah. Man, he's so talented, and hopefully he gets traded at the deadline. I highly doubt he will, but I just feel so bad because he's been a 1,000-yard receiver for 3 years now, with next to nothing at quarterback, and then Baker Mayfield shows up and somehow it's worse.
Yep. Crazy times.
It's unfortunate.
Oy.
Week 4, studs and duds.
Yep.
We're all sad.
We are.
A lot of
Very
injuries.
upset. I won in my league, and I'm still upset.
This is a lot of
MSP to
injuries for it.
There's way too many injuries this year. It's like you and I were talking about at work today. This is the most injuries I've seen in my entire career of fantasy football.
This is the oddest fantasy football season to
It
date.
is. I hate it this year.
It's kind of crazy because we played fantasy during COVID, and now this is even worse.
Yeah. Fantasy during COVID was at least interesting because if they got COVID, they were out for a few days. You could put them on your IR, pick somebody up, drop them, and everything's back to normal.
Well,
Yeah. I'm going to go be sad and cry about the amount of losses I had. But if you guys made it to this point of the video, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Drop comments down below. Let us know who your studs and duds are.
Yep. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Peace.